Hello everyone and welcome into our first spring semester show of the 5-Star News. I'm Kayla Cumbie and we have a lot to get to you today to catch you up on all things Heritage. So let's start with our announcement portion of the show. We call it What's Up Heritage. And this semester it will be brought by Ryan Delaney and Cole Denton. Take it away, guys.
Hello Generals, welcome back to your 5-Star News. This is What's Up Heritage, your source of knowledge for what is happening at your school. Let's begin. For those of you that don't know, HHS will operate on a hybrid schedule through January 2021 and will stay that way until further notice. Part 2 of the math test is coming up soon. Cohort A students will take it on January 19th, while Cohort B students will take it on January 21st. Be ready. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Report cards for the fall semester will be available on January 12th. So, yeah, now on to our weather forecast. So, for this week's weather, for Tuesday it is cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 25. For Wednesday it should be sunny with a high of 52 and a low of 27. Thursday it should be sunny, high of 54 and low of 37. Friday we have a 30% chance of rain, high of 48 and low of 28. And on Saturday we have partly cloudy with a high of 41 and a low of 27. Now on to our next segment.
Thanks, you two, and nicely done. And since we have started our second week of the spring semester of 2021, we have a lot of stuff new at Heritage, including new classes, new teachers, new students, and everything else. But we here at the show wanted to get it all covered. So we have our 5-Star News reporters, Ryan He and Hayden Johnson, with this story. Take it away, guys.
All right, Generals, we started our spring semester, so you've got a fresh start with new classes and a new teacher. Report cards come out on Tuesday. That'll let you know how you did last semester. Students who ran into trouble last semester basically worked hard on the 2 days they were here on the hybrid schedule and didn't do much work or any work when they weren't here. So just a reminder, while we're on the hybrid schedule, you have assignments to complete every school day, every weekday. You're in person 2 days, and then you got 3 days of assignments that you'll need to do through Google Classroom.
I'm looking forward to this new semester and just seeing my friends every day. I hope we go back 5 days a week eventually so I can be at school as much days as possible, get as much learning in, and just see my friends as much as I can.
So make sure that you're staying caught up, staying focused until we're all back together 5 days a week. Right now, we're on the hybrid through January. And at some point this month, the superintendent will make a decision about next month, depending on where we are with the COVID situation. So until we're all back together, please make sure you stay focused and don't get behind. Make the most of this semester. Seniors graduation is coming pretty quickly, so make sure that you have a plan on what happens after graduation. Your counselors are here to help you with that.
Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun here at Heritage this semester. Speaking of fun, our SGA just held their annual mystery box raffle. Thanks to community members, student and staff here at Heritage, they got to raise thousands of dollars to the Catoosa County Children's Fund. Let's give it to Daniel Fleming and Brandon Frady with all the details on this story.
All right, so our Mystery Christmas raffle ended right before Christmas break, and our SGA kids raised close to $3,000, maybe a little bit more than $3,000 during the raffle. Added with our Emperor of the Taj competition, we were able to present the Catoosa County Children's Fund with a check for over $13,000, which is super awesome and super cool. Very much needed to help kids within our county stay in school and to provide some much needed things for them.
Prize number 1 goes to
Amy Jo, Rowan.
Woo!
Yay! How many are you trying to draw?
Okay, you're going to draw 4. This is prize number 2.
Lauren Johnson.
Way to go, Lauren. Woo, Lauren, we love you.
Thank you.
1, 2.
Dylan Campbell.
Woo!
Dylan Campbell.
So as far as our winners, we had 2 winners that were not students here at the school, but our third prize went to Dylan Campbell.
I won the SGA raffle, and it was super exciting because I totally didn't expect it. And I just think I thank SGA for doing the raffle every single year and helping people who are the unfortunate for Christmas and fortunately winning the raffle. It's very fun. Yeah.
Our top seller this year for SGA was Mia Callahan. who sold, I think, over 600 tickets just herself. And then our second prize went to Lindsay Connell, who's a sophomore. Mia's also a sophomore, and she sold over 500 tickets just herself. And then our third place winner for SGA was Edie Atwell, and she sold over 300, close to 400 tickets just by herself. So those three alone made over $1,000 of our raffle out of $3,000. So just those three alone almost was a third of our total. So super proud of you guys. It was so much fun giving away the presents. I wish I could give presents away every day. It was a lot of fun. So hope you guys have a good year, and thanks for participating in our raffle.
Wow, that sure was a great story. SGA has really done a good job this year raising money for the Catoosa County Children's Fund. But it's time for a break on the show. Don't go away, sports is next.
Hey guys, this is Coach David Gibson. Just a reminder that track practice begins Monday, January the 11th. Everybody that's coming out should be on the track at 3:45, dressed and ready for conditioning. If you're playing a current sport, a winter sport, please continue to do that sport and go win a state championship, and then come out and join us in track when you're finished. Just make sure you communicate with me, that you let me know that you're coming out for track and playing a winter sport right now, so we'll know when to expect you. You must have a current physical on file. If you do not have one of those, I have the physical forms in the weight room. You can come by during the day and get one. And there'll be some other paperwork, but we'll be able to get that to you at practice. There's also a need to sign up for the Track Remind. We send out most, if not all, of our information through the Remind app. And you guys will need to sign up for the HHS Track Athlete Remind. So have that information in the weight room as well. So good luck. It's going to be a fun season, and looking forward to it. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome into our 5-Star Sports. I usually don't do sports, but there's a first time for everything. And we had huge wins over the weekend for both our boys and girls basketball teams. But we're going to get you started with the boys. We have Ryan Heat and Hayden Johnston with the story.
This past weekend we had a couple games. Went out to Ridgeland on Friday night. They were really tough. They're playing a lot better now. So we kind of had a little bit of a slow start. It was a real tight game at halftime. In the third quarter, made some adjustments and really just kind of blew them out the third quarter and got some breathing room, and ended up, I think, beating them by about 20 in the end. So that's a good region win for us. Stayed undefeated.
We traveled to Ridgeland. We played pretty good. We just couldn't put the ball in the hole, really. We still got the 20-point win, but they're playing good. They moved the ball well. They played pretty good. Carson Palmer had a big night, and he also had a big night Saturday night against Gordon Lee. Ridgeland was a big region win.
Saturday, I had Gordon Lee come back over here. And we jumped on him a little bit, but they just kind of hung around. Didn't shoot the ball really well this weekend. Had trouble putting it in the hole, but played well. Got another 20-point win. So
we got off to a slow start, but we came back and ended up beating them by 20. We came out second half with a great game plan and just rode with it the rest of the way out, and they couldn't stop any of it. Post played good. Everybody played good all around, and pretty much dominated the game second half.
Guys are figuring things out. We got to put the ball in the hole a little bit better, shoot a little better, but we're playing well right now. We got Cedartown tonight for a big region game. They're really athletic, so we're going to have to execute and play well and really box them out. And we've got to play tough tonight to get a win, but hopefully we'll get another region win.
Thanks, you two, for that story, and congratulations, guys. Y'all have had an awesome season so far, so let's keep it up. But let's move on to the girls now for a little recap. We talked to Coach Elkins and some of the girls, and they've been on fire these last 2 games. So let's send it over to Tanner Eady and Jacob Hawkins with this recap.
Well, I started off the week shaky because we had to postpone the game with Central Carrollton, which was a bummer because we hadn't played in about 2.5 to 3 weeks. So I had an extra day of practice, and then to get ready for the weekend. Had a busy weekend. Friday at Ridgeland region tournament or region play, and then Saturday at home against Gordon Lee, which is a local rival. So girls played. For having not played in 3 weeks, girls played really well. Played really well defensively. Played hard. Competed. Big win Friday against Ridgeland. Saturday we had another balanced effort. We had 2 with 12, which was. I think Grace, or Mock and Matherly again, I think had 12, and then Gracie had 12, and we had 3 or 4 others that scored. I think Kokenda starting to look more like herself, and she had 8 on Saturday against Gordon Lee, so that was good for her. And the girls, competed real well and executed offensively, and pretty proud of them.
We did really well as a team, and everybody is getting better individually throughout the season. we're all improving.
A big week coming up with Cedartown tomorrow at home. Big region game, and then Friday a visit from Pickens, who beat us pretty bad down there. So have to see if we can redeem ourselves in that game. So 2 huge games this week coming up for region, and then following Monday on Martin Luther King Day, we have a home game at 2 o'clock in the afternoon against Central Carrollton, which was the makeup game.
This week's going to be hard because we play 2 really good teams, and Pickens beat us by a lot last time, and we're going to try to get them back this time.
Thanks for that story, you guys. Congratulations to both our boys and girls with their huge region wins over the weekend. Moving on now, and our very own senior, Kane Stover, signed a golf scholarship over the break. We are so very proud of Kane and all of his accomplishments, and this is huge for his future ahead. Let's take it to the story.
These days are always some of our favorite days because it's a year's worth of work and practice leading up to our student athletes signing a scholarship to continue that sport in college. And
oh yeah, it was a really exciting day. I got to sign a golf scholarship with Cleveland State Community College.
Kane Stover came in today, got to sign his college scholarship with Cleveland State. Getting a college scholarship can be very difficult, and I'm super proud of him. I know his family is, and so is the school.
I mainly just love the coach, and I really think he can get me to the next level. I'm super proud. He's worked hard, and he grinds on the golf course every day. He's always out there, and I'm really proud of him, what he's done here, and hopefully he can carry that to the college level. I've been competitively golfing since 7th grade, 6th grade, but I really realized that I could get a scholarship about freshman year.
Well, Kane, he's the player that all coaches want. He's very coachable. He listens to you. He's very respectful on the golf course to everyone around him. Everything that he brings to any team is always going to be positive.
He's a really good short player. His wedge game's on point. He's a good putter. Just an all-around accurate player. He's one guy you really want on the team.
Congratulations, Kane. Moving on to a prestigious award our very own Coach Beagles received. It was presented by FCA, and it was called the Coaching Legacy Reward. We all know how much Coach Beagles does for the school, but also how much he does for the baseball team. So let's send it over to the story.
On behalf of Lookout Mountain FCA, I want to present the 2020 FCA Coaching Legacy Award to Coach Eric Beagles, Heritage High School. Certainly stands out in Northwest Georgia as a coach that knows the game, coaches the game, but more importantly, he coaches the kid. And I've heard so many great comments through the years of how he influenced kids. And, when you focus on the student athlete, the wins and losses take care of themselves. And in his 30th year, so we presented him today with the 2020 FCA Coaching Legacy Award.
Well, I was very surprised. I had no idea. I mean, I really legitimately thought that there was something over here that I didn't know if we were doing more COVID tracing, contact tracing, or what. So definitely caught off guard and surprised by it. But just really means a lot whenever an organization like FCA and Greg Spradlin and that group, they've done such a good job in North Georgia forever, and working with our kids, and and then kind of taking it to the next level and working with coaches and so forth. So to be able to, for that group to recognize you for anything is pretty special, and it means a lot.
Yeah, it was great to be able to come out and just kind of see Coach Beagles and see everybody again. I was only able to play for him for 1 year, and it was my senior year. But I definitely wanted to be a part of his program and get the chance to play for him. And honestly, it was one of the greatest decisions I made throughout my high school career, was to join the team and be able to play for a coach that doesn't necessarily ask for excellence, but kind of demands it. It's just all about doing the little things right, and that's how he's pieced together such a great program here, and he's been able to do it so long.
I just remember all the relationships really well. So being able to have those, and those guys come out today for this, and The funny thing is, I had no idea they were here, and I was standing over in the parking lot just talking away to them and so forth. So it was good to see them, and I'm glad they came out.
Thanks for that. Congratulations, Mr. Beagles. And we all know Coach Beagles was very happy last night when the Alabama Crimson Tide won yet another national championship. The Tide rolled all over Ohio State, beating the Buckeyes 52-24. But we had Anderson Britton and Carson Green hit the hallways yesterday to figure out your predictions of the game. How did everyone pick it? Well, here is Britton and Green.
All right, so tonight's Monday night, big national championship game. Just give me your score prediction, who you think's going to win, how you think the game's going to go.
Well, I'm a big Alabama fan, so I've got to pick Alabama because I'm picking with my heart. But I'm a little worried, I'll be honest. Ohio State looked good last week against Clemson, and kind of afraid of their defensive line. But I think Alabama's offense is pretty legit. If we can stop them a little bit, I think Alabama wins it, but I think it's going to be a little high scoring. I think it's going to be Alabama 41, Ohio State 24.
I think the Kentucky State Alabama Roll Tide's going to win because Cats by Nandi, and Ohio State sucks without Chase Young. So I think Cats by Roll Tide Nandi.
As you can see, I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan. My team didn't make it. But I got Ohio State winning this one. I'd say about by 10 points. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think nobody can guard Devontae Smith. I don't think, there's no corner in the league that can. But anyway, I think Mac Jones is going to have a big night. I think Justin Fields is going to have a better night. I think Trey Sermon's going to run all over him just like Zeke did back in the day. And I also think nobody's better than Najee Harris. Nobody's going to tackle him either. But I just think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be about 42-35.
If I had to choose a state, I guess it would have to be Ohio State because my mom grew up there. The score, probably somewhere close to a 10, I think.
Yes, the championship game for the night. This is how it's going to go. If you're Ohio State fan, you might as well stay at home. The score's going to be 36-14, Alabama, with another ring. How many does that make?
We're back here with Coach Green after he actually predicted the score pretty good. He thought Alabama would win. What's your thoughts on my game?
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I had it 41-24 Alabama, and I think it ended up 52-24. I was excited. Being a Falcons fan, you're always kind of worried when you get a big lead. But with Alabama, I never really worry. I mean, they just kind of come in, do what they're supposed to do, and get the win and get out. So I'm excited. I'm an Alabama fan. They got the dub. I'm happy for them. It's awesome, and roll Tide.
You picked Ohio State to win last night, and they kind of got destroyed. What were your thoughts about the game?
I mean, if Trey Sermon wouldn't have got hurt, they'd have won the game. I mean, they just couldn't tackle Najee Harris. He rushed for 3 or 4 touchdowns. Devontae Smith had about 215 and 3 touchdowns in the first half and ended up getting hurt. So they just destroyed him, dominating.
Yeah, you actually predicted the score kind of right. You thought Alabama would dominate. So just what were your thoughts about the game last night?
Well, it was a pretty good game, but anytime you got Alabama on the field, I mean, everybody knows for years and years it's the same old story, same old song, Alabama, Alabama. So that's just how I looked at it, Ohio State just couldn't hold up with them. That's it.
Thank you.
Wow, that sure was a lot for sports, but it feels good to get back into things and back into the general sports action. Speaking of getting back into things, let's get back into the news now. And we have a brand new segment called Ben Don't Ask Me. It's brought to you by Ben Dineski, and this week we will star Hunter Johnson. So we have Jamie Harvey and Ben Dineski with Ben Don't Ask Me.
Hello, my name is Ben Dineski, and this is a new segment we're going to be doing on the 5-Star News called Ben Don't Ask Me. We're going to be going around asking different people in our school certain questions. Today, our first question is going to be asked for Mr. Hunter Johnston.
Hello, my name is Jamie, and today I have the first question. What does blood from a crime scene tell a forensic scientist?
Well, don't ask me. Let's go ask our forensic science expert.
Okay, here is Mr. Johnson, and today we're going to ask you, what does blood from a crime scene tell a forensic scientist?
Well, Jamie, blood can tell you lots of things. For instance, you could look for DNA that's in a blood sample that would certainly identify somebody as being at the crime scene. You could also identify somebody's blood type. which we typically use the ABO blood typing system, which helps narrow down a suspect list, or you can remove people from a suspect list using blood type or DNA. You can also figure out certain things as far as maybe what type of weapon was used at a crime scene, what hand the perpetrator, right or left hand, that person may be. You can look at position of the bodies where this crime was committed, as far as how you look at blood on a wall or ceiling. That can tell you position of the bodies, where they were during the crime. So blood can actually tell you a lot of things if you find it at a crime scene.
Thank you, Mr. Johnston.
Wow, Ben, you did a really, really great job. I'm already looking forward to the next one. But that will wrap up today's show. We will have a brand new edition from our Cohort B crew on Thursday. But until then, stay classy, Heritage.